What's up guys, if you own a Ford Ranger extended cab, odds are you've run into this problem. Don't! Well, today I'm going to show you how to remedy that with a purchase I got off of Amazon. So what's the issue here? Well, the cable latches deteriorate over time and they come separated from the sheath. So you see this little piece has come separated from this piece back here. This plastic retainer is supposed to be up against this little hole back there, and it's supposed to keep tension on the sheath so that the only thing that pulls is the cable. Well, in this case, since this is broken, it just pulls the whole cable with it, like the whole sheath and everything. So the cable doesn't actually pop the latch that's up here and the latch that's down there. So that's where these things come in. There are aluminum fittings that actually go over the sheath, and the little ridge here replicates what's going on with the plastic on the end of the cable, and allows the cable and the little ball to continue through, and this provides superior structural integrity to the cable rather than the cheap plastic end that just breaks off about there and just makes the door fail to open. So I'm going to try to install these today and hopefully make this a permanent solution to the ever failing cable latch system on these back doors on Ford Rangers. So without further ado, let's get kicking. So first things first, I'm going to try to get this door open even though this latch is broken. I'm going to try to push back on these sheaths of cable so that when I open this, it actually opens the door. Make no guarantees that this is going to work. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and work on getting this door panel off. I'm going to take this 15mm nut off of the seatbelt retainer. If memory serves me correct, this should just pop off because it's got push pin. The upper latch piece here, I'm going to replace that. Goes down into the door. May have to drill out these rivets, I don't know yet. Hang on that. And the lower latch is down inside the door panel down there. So I need to take out this Torx here, and this one up here, to get this upper latch down so I can get access to that cable. You can see how bad the plastic is on these. It's really brittle. So I'm going to try to take all of this plastic off. Take a pair of pliers to it or something, just trying to break all that plastic off, just get it down to this sheath and then slip on the new one. Not much to it, man. super brittle. Didn't take much to get that to break off. We need to get this out of the center there. So I got all that plastic cleared out of there. There's another bracket with another bolt here, so I'm going to try to take this off, see if we can give you more access to this cable here. Trying to get the actual cable off of the latch inside here. Okay, so that was actually a little tricky and would be quite tedious to try to show that on the camera, but basically I took this pick and got it's like a U-shape thing that this ball guides into, and I just lifted it up out of that and pulled it out the back hole here. Now this piece is different than the other ones. It comes with two in the kit, one for each door, but it's got like this little cam on it versus just the round, so that this can fit into this hole, and you give it a turn and that'll hold in there while the cable is inside of it. So let's see if I can first of all get this onto the end of my cable here. Slide the cable through the slot. That's as far as I can get that. It's all the way to the end. I'm going to see if I can get this back onto that U-shape. Okay. I was able to get the ball seated back in the little latch that actually holds the cable. So that top one's done. That was, the hardest part was just getting that onto that sleeve. It's pretty snug, but the cams got in there nicely. Okay, just a matter of bolting it back on. Whew. I need to turn the torque down on my wrench. Okay, so after getting all the screws back in, the top one is in place. I'll work on getting this bottom one out and replacing it. Now the bottom one has 3 screws at the bottom that I'm going to go after and detach the latch and pull it through the door here and see if I can get that bottom one replaced. This has a electrical connection to it because it's got a door, like a door jar sensor on it. So I got to make sure you take that plug off, and then this will come out. But you can see even this one, the plastic's broken on it. It's supposed to be sandwiched in there, but good old cheap plastic. So there's the bottom latch. Get my pliers and just kind of destroy this plastic here. Get this piece off. Alright, see if I can get this one shoved on here. Let's take the cable, go through the center. Okay, kind of using this as a push plate, I was able to shove that on there far enough. Just put the groove in there. So that's how that one goes on. Bug just flew in my ear. He's got the whole sky and he flies right in my ear. Okay, so that's the top latch and the bottom latch completed. Now I gotta do the actual door latch. You know, this is really kind of hard to see, but this cable goes in and it's got this little slot. I think if I can get this cable out and shove it that way, I won't have to take these rivets out. We'll see. This is to the upper latch, but it goes to the lower, the bottom of the actual handle out here. I think by putting this on, it's just going to butt up against the back of that and allow me to have my action here.
Are you sure about that?
So that slid on pretty easy. Okay, so I got to go through the hole there. Okay. Alright, I see what's going on now. Alright, so I found that this actual plastic latch on the outside of the door, it's riveted on, and on the back side of it, it looks like there's these two like sliding locking tabs for the cable to kind of go through, and then the slide locks it in and it keeps the cable from going back and forth. It's very narrow here through the slots that are given in the sheet metal. I could probably back it off with a pick, but I would surely hate to drop it down into the side of this door and never see it again. So I think what I'm going to do is drill out these rivets. I've got some pretty big sheet metal screws that I think I can hold this plastic piece back on. I've actually done it to the other side when I replaced the cable the first time. So I know I've got some sheet metal screws that I can actually attach this black plastic handle back onto the sheet metal. You may not have to drill out the rivets, but it may be smart to do it that way. It works smarter, not harder. So I'm gonna go get my drill bits and try to get this black handle off the outside of my door. Well, don't scratch your paint. I only paid $200 for the truck, so I'll touch it up. Whoop! Don't get into the plastic either.
And you are one pathetic loser.
Alright, that's probably far enough. This may turn into a video of what not to do. I went to a smaller drill bit. There we go. One side out.
Finally!
Okay, so here's what I was talking about. You could probably totally get to that through these little slots in the door, if you had the patience for it. Just push these two tabs together and pull out. That'd be hard to do with the limited space you have, so it may be better just to drill out the rivets and go. So now those are opened. I should be able to feed this end. There's the other one. The other one was easier to slip on. This one's a little tougher. Alright, finally got that one on. top. Alright, now got to get those inside these retainers. Again, just slide it through and allow the locking tab to engage the I'm going to go ahead and put the cable in too while I'm at it. I don't want to press it later. Okay, so I put the cables in. I let them back out a little bit and then engage the clamp clips. There, done. Knowing that I was probably going to be drilling out these rivets, I went to the store and bought these 10 by 3/4 sheet metal screws. These are stainless steel, so they won't rust. Just didn't get them big enough. Well, these are number 10, so you need to get it bigger than a number 10. So, epic fail on my part. If you get a big enough screw, you should be able to just screw these back in there, or if you happen to have a rivet gun, you can pop them in there. Okay, so I had a couple of these extra screws, kind of like the ones you saw on the upper and lower latches from a previous project. I'm going to see if I can get these to work in here. All right. Feels a lot more solid than it did before. Now that the handle has been screwed back on, all the cable ends are in place. I'm going to put the door panel back on and test. Right, moment of truth. Whee! Really, I can tell there's really no play in it. Just pops it, gets it done, and opens. Doesn't really even come out that far. The other one came out pretty far because of all the stretching and everything that was going on with the broken plastic. So. Alright, so there you have it. That's how you repair the broken ends on the extended cab door latch cables. So it's the exact same procedure for the opposite side. That took me probably about 45 minutes to an hour to do. Wasn't necessarily that hard to do. Just a little tricky to get some of the panels and stuff off, and get the metal ends onto the plastic sheath of the cable. But really was a pretty straightforward project. And hopefully I'll never have to deal with being locked out of the back of my truck again. So it seems like a good kit as far as the quality of the metal and how things kind of locked into the latches and to the door handle. So it should be a long-lasting kit. So hope you liked the video. If you did, hit that like switch on your way out. Consider subscribing. We'll see you next time. God bless.